along with his own.
"Where did you find them?"
Fixer peered up at the dark-bearded man through half-opened eyes. He thought the man's name was Primo, but couldn't be sure. Everything was a mishmash from the time they'd grabbed him out of the shed. Leave it to my luck, thought Fixer. Finally, a semi-decent roof over my head. I'm getting the first solid night's sleep I've had in months, and the door busts open to reveal 4 bearded brothers, each more frightening than the last. "I didn't," Fixer muttered. His answer was rewarded with another lash of the whip. Primo leaned over the ship's bow and brought his seething face inches from the hanging man.
"I'll ask again. Where did you get the cells?"
Fixer hadn't seen any in over 6 months. His upside-down brain was pretty scrambled, but he knew that answer wouldn't hold much water with his tormentor. It didn't help that these men were convinced he had cells in his possession, even though Fixer had denied this more times than Peter had done Christ. Left with options that would only further bloody his back or find him dumped off the ship and squished like a bug, Fixer offered the only possible response. "What if I took you to them?" A gratified smile spread across Primo's face, which only made him look scarier to Fixer than before.
"That's more like it."
"Yeah," thought Fixer, "until you realize I'm lying through my teeth and just stalling for time. At least the whipping would stop." As if on cue, the cat-o'-nine-tails rose into the air and smacked the side of Fixer's head. A cut split open on his temple. Blood sprayed out and down his face.
"You better not be lying. If you are, the pain you're feeling now will be just a prelude to what's coming."
This threat should have unnerved Fixer, but he was more disturbed by the gleam in Primo's left eye, because the other one didn't shift in the slightest. It was only then that Fixer realized Primo's right eye was made of fine glass, its green pupil a direct contrast to the sepia brown of the real deal. For the first time, Fixer got a good look at the skin on the right side of Primo's face. It was mottled, like the underbelly of a turtle. It didn't appear natural, so Fixer didn't think it was a birth defect. He couldn't imagine it was something a man would have by choice, but suspected he wouldn't be around long enough to learn where it came from. The one-eyed glare demanded an answer. "Point taken," Fixer feebly offered up.
"Where to?"
"Back where you found me. The shed."
"We searched it high and low. There was nothing," growled Primo.
He gripped the whip tightly, preparing to lash out yet again. Fixer shook his head vigorously, causing the blood to drip down his face. "It's near there." Primo cocked the cat-o'-nine-tails.
"I warned you."
No. Think about it. Having them handy, right where a man such as yourself might take them away from me, that would be foolish, right?
"Very foolish indeed."
Fixer nodded. Blood seeped into his eyes as he stammered away. Yes, the prelude thing you said. Don't want that. Definitely don't want that." Primo considered, and then pushed back onto the ship deck and called out to his brothers.
"Turn it around! We're going back!"
The hierarchy was clear. The 3 men began the Herculean task of rerouting, climbing masts, shifting sails, steering the ship. Primo leaned over the rail once again.
"You better not be wasting my time."
Fixer tensed, awaiting one more strike of the whip. When nothing happened, he breathed a sigh of relief as Primo's footsteps retreated on the deck. The reprieve was fleeting, however. His head was immediately besieged with thoughts of what would happen the moment Primo and his brothers realized that Fixer was leading them on a wild goose chase. It caused him to visibly shudder. The boat lurched and swiveled. Wind blasted sand high into the air. It stung his face, particularly the open wound on his forehead. As the boat swung around, Fixer shook his head from side to side, trying to rid his eyes of the trickling blood. That was when he saw the man on horseback. Just beyond a sand dune, the stranger sat high in the saddle, watching the pirate ship turn around.